Hello, everyone. A very logical day to all of you. Let's see what this new day brings us. So, here we are with the first editorial of the April 27th, name, leader, and healer. Right? So, a person who is a leader, but he is a healer too. Titles will give you an indication, will indicate the main idea, or I can say that titles will be a compact central idea, right? This is a title. The title of any passage would be a compact central idea, or the titles of a passage will be an indicator of what is contained in the passage. Usually, like recently, we saw one or two articles where the titles gave us no indication at all. राइट तो यहाँ पर एटलीस्ट इंडिकेट दे रहे हैं कि एक लीडर है जो कि लोगों का हीलर भी है प्रॉब्लम्स हील कर देता है तो लेट अस सी हु दैट पर्सन इज so Prakash Singh Badal towered over politics in Punjab for decades, weathering many storms. Right, I'll be taking the words simultaneously so you can understand towered over politics का over का meaning हमें पता है इसका मतलब he was at the helm of those politics going on in Punjab and for decades that means many several years weathering many storms इसका meaning समझ में आ जाता है that he faced many problems also. Then his political career started at the time of Indian independence. He was elected as Sarpanch at the age 20, 1947, over 7 decades. He witnessed the battle for a Punjabi Suba, the Green Revolution, agrarian prosperity, Anandpur Sahib Declaration, the rise of the Sikh militancy, healing and reconciliation within a divided society, peasant distress, migration of the youth, flow of drugs, and so on. So on would mean that there were so many things that were going on, but still he faced all these things. So this part of the paragraph is only giving you in detail, or rather an indication of what he had stated here. That was the point of the paragraph. So, in these years, he won numerous elections and was chief minister 5 times. His successes and failures influenced the course of political and social life. ये मेजर पार्ट हो गई क्यों क्योंकि इतने सालों से अगर वो पॉलिटिक्स में है towering over politics he said no so that means he had influenced the course of political and social life in Punjab. The choices he made shaped the state, yet he was no mere regional politician. Whatever choices he made, it shaped the state का मतलब उसका state पे असर पड़ा. But does that mean that he was limited only to the state? No. The author says that he was no mere regional politician. The Shiromani Akali Dal he helmed, as I use this word here, at the helm of, right? At the helm of का मतलब हुआ, he was in control of. So ये रहा he helped and helped to transform from a pantheistic party to a party of Punjabiyat was a regional force, but Badal, like the late DMK patriarch M. Karunanidhi, transcended the limits of regionalism to articulate a politics that subsumed ethno-nationalist impulses under the rubric of a federal India. उसने क्या किया? वो रीजनलिज्म से ऊपर आया, परे हटा और उसने एक फेडरल इंडिया को देखा. Right? He articulated that politics from a regional level, he considered it to be a federal India. In that sense, Badal was more of a national leader than a provincial politician. Like most successful politicians, Badal was a pragmatist, that means a practical minded person. He could read the popular mood and would course correct, right? He was practical enough to understand the people. So, this part of the paragraph is giving you two things. One, he was a very influential person in the politics for several decades. He had seen all these things weathering, right? And this is the in detail what is given green revolution, agrarian prosperity or declaration and Sikh militancy. ये सारी चीजें उन्होंने endure की थी, उन्होंने देखी थी, झेली थी. उसके बाद ये emphasize कर लेते हैं that yes, he was a person who actually was very influential, but he was not only a regional politician. What he did was he transformed the region, but then he took this politics up to a national level. Why? Because he was a pragmatic person. He could read the popular mood, that means the people's mood, and would his course would be affected in that manner. Now, Prakash Singh Badal, as I said, this paragraph has two important points here. अभी हमने discuss किया था. This is all that he had seen, right? And he was the influential member, or rather, he was a person who influenced the political and social lives. And he was a pragmatist. He could read the popular mood. Now, second part of the paragraph, he was game for building coalitions even with ideological opposites. He was game for means he was in for. तो वो अपने social opposites, ideological opposites जो होंगे, उनके साथ भी coalitions कर लेते थे. He would enter into an election alliance with the Jansangh even in the heyday of the Anandpur Sahib resolution, which the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi had described as a secessionist document. This in the heyday means in the youth or in the August of उन दिनों जिसकी बात चल रही थी वो. This part is only giving you an example of the person building coalitions. तो ये इसका point हो गया और ये उसका example हो गया. Secular and liberal in his views, he steered the Akali Dal away from the Sikh exclusionism, started to field members of the Hindu minority in elections. ठीक है, तो उसने लोगों को मतलब मिलाना चाहा इस हिसाब से. He was liberal in his views, free-minded. Then he took the Akali Dal away from the Sikh exclusionism and started to field the members of the Hindu minority in elections. In the traumatic years of militancy, Badal was careful that the Akali Dal, the main voice of the Sikh peasantry, did not fall for the extremist line. Extremist line यानी militancy. उसे पहले भी ये word use किया है देखो. ठीक है कि वो गन या एक्सट्रीमिस्ट टेररिज्म की तरफ ना जाए. ठीक है, इसने बहुत ख्याल रखा. His sober leadership helped to slowly heal the wounds of the violent 1980s and 90s, marked by the anti-Sikh massacre in the wake of Indira Gandhi assassination, where the assassination took place in 84. उन दिनों जो हो रहा था उसे धीरे धीरे करके उन्होंने heal किया. The targeted killings in the name of faith, bomb blasts, encounter killings, custodial tortures, and so on. ये सारी चीजें हो रही थी. These are the problems that they were facing. The problems would be an understatement, right? This was what the people were facing, and what the person did was to heal the wounds. On the national plane, he continued to play a pivotal role, a key role in building a strong opposition to the Congress. The Akali Dal stood with the forces that opposed the emergency, and Badal was jailed. Right? He stood with the forces that opposed the emergency. जहां उन्होंने emergency oppose करी तो he was jailed. So this is all the working, how the author wants to prove that yes, he was a healer as well as a leader, or rather he was a leader as well as a healer. So these are the important points that we had marked. Building coalitions even with the ideological opposites. Then sober leadership helped to slowly heal the wounds. ये एक major point है, and he played a pivotal role in building a strong opposition to the Congress. ये एक important point हो जाता है. Now, it joined the Vajpayee-led National Democratic Alliance in 1998 and remained in the alliance until 2020, when it became untenable for the party to ally with the BJP due to the groundswell in Punjab against the contentious farm laws. Contentious means they raised an issue, problem था इससे farm laws से लोगों को, that is it. Now, in fact, the farmers' stir helped to highlight all that had gone wrong in Punjab. This mobilization that forced the Modi government to backtrack on farm laws also exposed the hollowing out of the Akali Dal as a mass party. The Akali Dal in government had been blind to the agrarian crisis, that was brewing. Been blind to means like did not pay attention or rather ignored the agrarian crisis that was brewing. Brewing is to ग्रेजुअली सिमर मतलब वो धीरे धीरे जैसे ब्रूइंग हम अधिकतर कॉफीज के लिए यूज करते हैं ठीक है तो धीरे धीरे बन रही थी तो वो क्या बन रहा था वहां पे अग्रेरियन क्राइसिस चल रहा था धीरे स्टार्ट हो रहा था दैट वाज ब्रूइंग इन पंजाब फॉर इयर्स populist but lazy policy decisions populist would mean according to the people or according to the benefit of the masses. Lazy policy decisions cloaked as farmer welfare helped to postpone the onset of unemployment and its resultant consequences. Cloaked का मतलब होता है covered. Even as mafias and vested interests feasted on a political economy in shambles, the politician mainstream refused to course correct. The Akali Dal, now headed by Sukhbir Badal, finished with just 3 seats. जस्ट 3 सीट्स मतलब बस इतनी सी ही मिली उन्हें असेंबली इलेक्शंस में लास्ट ईयर नाउ इट्स लाइट गॉन मतलब अब उसकी जो चमक थी वो चली गई है तो बादल्स पार्टी स्टेयर्स एट एन अनसर्टेन फ्यूचर अब पता नहीं उनका आगे इलेक्शंस में क्या होगा सो इट नीड्स टू वर्क हार्ड think hard to renew and refresh his enduring legacy enduring means something that is going on for years ठीक है for a long time ठीक है so the passage was mainly about talking about the Kalidal for the person who was a leader and how he proved to be a healer, right? And now, in what condition is that party? So, here, if we come to the main point of this part of the paragraph, it is that mafia and vested interests feasted on a political economy in a shambles, not in a proper shape. The political mainstream refused to course correct. Akali Dal, now headed by Sukhbir Badal, finished with just 3 seats. It needs to work hard, think hard to renew and refresh its enduring legacy. तीन चीजें हमने मार्क की थी एक इस तीन पैराग्राफ्स में हमने उसे डिवाइड कर दिया था दैट सिंगल पैराग्राफ दैट वाज गिवन देयर what we have understood will be similar to what is given here. He was a titan, right? Titan means a huge person, a huge personality. ब्रिज्ड मैनी और डिवाइड का मतलब ब्रिज का मतलब होता है टू जॉइन राइट कनेक्ट ये काम होता है ब्रिज का डिवाइड का मतलब हो गया डिवीजन जो तुमने देखा पैराग्राफ में कि ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजें थी जो पंजाब को डिवाइड कर रही थी मिलिटेंसी हो ड्रग्स हो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट हो देयर सो मेनी थिंग्स गोइंग ऑन टुगेदर but he was a person as a leader who proved to keep the state intact or united together and he was a huge personality in the sense that he was a person who influenced a lot so he was an influential one right so important influential pivotal playing a pivotal role ये सब आ चुका है हमारे पास पैराग्राफ में नया टास्क will be vocabulary we have discussed along with the discussion there right I have given you the words you can go back there write down all the difficult words that you've taken from this passage and the simplest meaning that we have written right so that's all for today and see you tomorrow so thank you and have a logical day ahead